as far as straight boxing goes, Anderson's going to have the upper hand on Jake.
100%.
Right? But as far as speed, power goes, like I said,
I
Anderson's not really a knockout artist now in boxing at his age.
Of course, my money's on. I have to put my money on
Who?
Anderson Silva.
I mean, it makes sense.
And I know,
it's against everything I stand for to bet against
you
Anderson.
have to go. I know you have to go with Jake, and I appreciate you. I respect your friendship. I like that you're there for your boy. And if Jake beats him, I'm going to be.
You give some respect.
I already have respect for him, but I'm going to be
a lot more, right?
Yeah.
So if you're an Anderson fan, you got to think, as far as boxing goes, Anderson's going to be the more technical boxer.
Yeah.
Cardio-wise goes, if it goes past 6 rounds, Anderson has experience going past 6 rounds. So you'd give the experience and cardio advantage to Anderson Silva. The only caveat is
you got age. You got age.
You got age, but the only caveat there is because Jake is an explosive fighter, he hasn't done, the rounds, like the championship rounds, or even gone past 6 rounds. So it's like, there's some doubts if you're putting money on Jake Paul here.
Correct.
I do think Jake's going to give him more fritz as far as Jake's going to be a little quicker, a little faster. He's young, right?
I look at patterns. I look at like how much diversity he has in his movement and patterns, and because Anderson will download you right quick. If you're just going low, if you're like jabbing to the body and coming over the top, he's going to see that real quick.
But Anderson usually takes a round or two before,
moves around.
So, but even in that, I do, maybe if Anderson is down low because he doesn't want to get clipped early on, Jake could win a few of those rounds. But if Anderson's on and pressuring him and trying to get Jake flustered and wear him out, Anderson's going to rack up some rounds. Again, for Anderson, he might be able to pick that up, stuff like that, but all Jake needs is that one opening, and you're flat in your face.
Now,
and Anderson has some miles on him.
A lot of guys have tried that with Anderson. He's not going to be in that distance, probably, my guess is.
He will. Eventually he will.
But a lot of guys dip. That's a basic pattern. Dip. I get you to bring your hands out. Boom.
Because if you're Jake's coaches, you're not going to say, hey, here's the move. We're going to sit on the outside and pick him apart. That ain't happening.
No.
You don't have the skill set in order to do that and pick out Anderson Silva. It's not happening. You have to close the distance, get dirty, land some shots on the inside, and then hopefully he makes a mistake and you open up and knock him out. But then there's no way that's their game plan. If their game plan is to sit on the outside and try to win rounds, you're fucked. You're going to lose 8-0.
Yeah,
it's not happening. You're not outpointing Anderson Silva.
No,
he's one of the one of the greatest strikers we've ever had, and because of his distance control. So Jake has his workout, cut out for him, but also Jake rushing in on a guy like Anderson. Like, I know it's MMA, but with Forrest Griffin, Chris Lieben, all these guys that rush in. Oh my God, all those guys that rushed in. That's what opens them up, and Anderson knows that. He's gonna capitalize on that.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Anderson has the power at his age. What is he? 45 now.
47.
To knock it. 47 to knock a young buck out like Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul can eat some of those shots and still land the big one.
And I think that we are going to see now what Jake's actually made of. I don't think Jake, with all due respect, has actually been tested.
Me neither. But I also think, to your point, we're going to see what Jake's made of. Even if Jake were to lose Anderson Silva by decision, but he can look good doing it. If he doesn't get outclassed
or
puts up a fight,
hurt,
where it's like a split decision, or even if it's a majority decision, but Jake's had him hurt in some spots and he still loses. I think it does more for Jake's career than if he were to beat, a Tommy Fury or the
100%.
Hassan Rockman Jr.
100%.
Like, that stuff's whatever. This, I think he's going to get approval that he's kind of been looking for from some of the MMA fan base. Not all of them. They're never. He could knock out Canelo, and people would still be like, it's an old Canelo. It's never going to work for him. But I think this could give him the best shot at getting approval.